Good evening. Welcome to Joy of Women. O karong gabi una, ang akong partner nga si Attorney Joy Pisquera, nadilatar lang og jutay but she will be joining us later in the show. O karon, we will have a very special guest kay may na lang nga nisugot siya nga mo join nato. Kini siya dunay daghang, I'm very sure kamo daghan mong question bahin aning mga projects nato sa Cebu. And one of them makatubag niyang atong guest karon. I will introduce ang atong guest si Lydwena Lids Eco. Usa siya ka Deputy General Manager sa Cebu 2 World Development Incorporated nga mo'y nag-handle sa Carbon Redevelopment Project. Good evening, Lids.
Good evening, Doc. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to consider Joy joining us tonight.
Greet your friends or
Okay, good evening to all the televiewers and all of those watching this show with anticipation. So thank you for being here tonight.
Okay. Karon, we would like to know nga ako na surprised ko the first time I met you ba nga may makikamo Bisaya. Taga diin man. I really thought na taga Manila ka.
No, born and raised in Cebu, Doc.
Okay.
I grew up here. I studied here, elementary, high school, college here in Cebu, no. So I finished my college degree in University of San Carlos. So pure Bisaya. It just so happened that right after graduation, I went to Manila to work. At the time for the banking industry, no. So
Okay.
yes, I was an investment banker. I worked for BPI Capital Corporation at that time, and I spent a lot of years in Manila before coming back to Cebu.
So pag-abot ni mo Manila, wa na ka kabalik dayon to Cebu.
Yes. Actually, I left Cebu, wala pa'y Ayala og SM.
Oh.
And then when I came back, naanay Ayala og
Daghan na
SM.
kaayo.
Oh,
Wa na ka.
kanang traffic na kaayo sa Cebu when I came back.
Pero maayo kay you decided to come back. Was it work?
Yes. It was nice to have had the privilege of seeing Cebu evolve into the Cebu that we know now, no. So I think we are all very lucky. Our generation was very lucky nga naka-transition betaw ta sa ingon ani nga state sa Cebu. Cebu that was a province before, and then little by little evolved into the city that it is now. So we are lucky to have seen that.
I think kaning generation has also evolved in so many things, in technology.
Yes. Actually, me and my friends, ang per me na joke is, what do you hit when you want kining unsay ngan ini the menu to appear in Lotus 1 to 3, no. So millennials wouldn't know that, no. So kita ang generation na nakasuway og typewriter, and then
Fax machine.
fax machine, and then nag word star Lotus 1 to 3, and then word perfect pagay, di ba?
Yeah.
So until the internet stage na.
Imagine nga karon sa una kasi may maghihuna-huna og cellphone unya karon you can
Yes.
talk to each other. through the cellphone.
Yes. Ang joke gani before was kinsa ang unsay telephone number ninyo sa balay katong 5-digit pa.
Yes.
Tapos napay party line.
Napay party line. So akong children will always ask, Mami, unsa inyong buhaton kung magkita mo?
Yes.
Like how do you talk to each other in
Yes. And then for some reason magkakita ra man gihapon sa diya.
Ang mahitabo lang magsabot mo unsa inyong sinina, mga tawad sila. And you have to stay put. Di ka mulakaw og
Yes.
abot imong kasabot.
Yes.
Gawas og di ka ganahan.
And then magkakita ra man sa gyud mo, di ba?
Yeah,
Nga walay
wala.
cellphone,
Yeah.
walay kanang.
Pero for them it's a far out idea. Di gid sila ka-imagine nga walay cellphone
Yes.
beside them.
Yes,
Diba?
yes.
Well, and then ang katong when you went to Manila, unsa man day kanang you were in banking, right? Unya nganong na abot man ka into this kind of kani unsa man tong imong gi further kon in Manila? You started with banking, right?
Yes, yes. I was working for BPI Capital Corporation. No? We were actually the pioneering batch in 1995. Ako yung isulti ang year.
Parang hindi man si Daday.
So we were the pioneering batch, and then while I was in Manila, I took the opportunity to get my master's degrees and postgraduate studies there, no? Kay naa naman
Okay.
yun dito, no? So I also had the privilege to be part of the Katubitang when they opened up the School of Urban and Regional Planning in UP Diliman.
Okay.
So before Manggod, ang kini siya nga kanang school in UP was only open to engineers and and architects. So they opened it up because they realized that urban planning is a multidisciplinary
Yes.
study. So I took the exam, and I was fortunate enough to have been part of that program. So I got to know people there, and I got to know people from the real estate industry.
Okay.
And I decided I found it very interesting because it's a very tangible discipline. You can see cities grow,
Wow, no.
cities evolve.
Unlike katong nakasbangko nga mo sila kagtan-og numbers.
Kwarta nga dili imo. Mag-compute ka og kwarta na dili. So here you can really see developments, and you can really see people live, people work, people really kanang create lifestyles out of the communities that you.
Rewarding ka nga
It is
feeling.
very rewarding. It is very rewarding. Whenever I look at, say, for example, Cebu IT Park now, no, and I kind of remembered the planning discussions, the
So you're
kinda-
part of that.
yeah, I was privileged enough to have been part of that project. So you will remember the planning discussions, and
Kasagutan
then,
ra good. Di ba? And look at it now.
look at it now. So, and then you know the kanang the issues before na you've overcome, you've kanang inana that people like all of Cebu look at it with pride, and
It's a big accomplishment.
It's a big accomplishment, and I also look at other projects that I have had the privilege to have been a part of, and it feels good, it feels fulfilling. It's you can ano na at least no that you have been part of this.
Ako na curious lang ko. Katong sa gamay pa ba ka? Kan di unsa may imong dream? Did you ever dream nga mao ni imong padulngan sa imong career, sa imong life?
Ano? Far from it. Actually, sa una, I wanted to be an astronaut.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's very common. Katong landing on the moon.
Yeah. I have
You
been,
wanted to go into science, to?
yeah, so I have been very fascinated with outer space. I have been very fascinated with the stars and what's out there, no? So, but you know, we're a third world country, man, ma'am. So back to reality, no?
Tinuod.
So
Ang imong choice sa imong course nga gikupili sa college. Nganong man tong to? What did you graduate sa college?
I finished BS Math, no?
Okay. Science gihapon.
Yes.
So motong you ended up with banking.
I ended up with banking. Kaning unsay tawag ini? I came from humble. My parents are not well off, no. So kinahanglan mi magsalig og scholarships. Inana. So the scholarship says that I can only take up math, sciences, and all that. So
So that's how you ended up.
bale, it's actually the scholarship that dictated it. that dictated the course. So I took up BS Math. After graduation, I was wondering, magunsa gani ko?
And you got an offer in, amo to ni-apply lang sa bangko.
BPI had this pa-contest.
Okay.
They called it, it's BPI, and it was sponsored by BPI and BPI Foundation. It's called BPI Science Awards. No,
Okay.
so, and then when you win that, they offer you as part of the award, they offer you a job. They invite you to join BPI. So that was how I got to join BPI. And it was funny because when I joined BPI, that was actually my first day in BPI. Was the first time I heard the word debit, no? So I had to study financials, accounting on my own in order to catch up.
Yeah, because it was a different course man imo na anan.
Yes, but because it was pure math, it wasn't.
But now where you are, looking back, katabang nimo ang imong pagka-graduate of BS Math?
Yes, actually. What I realized is that at the end of the day, it's the discipline that you get from school.
Yes.
BS Math has taught me to think more creatively, to
That's
find
a very nice way of looking at it, huh? Okay.
because we have always improving theorems, no? So for the high school kids watching out there, when you prove theorems, when you prove theorems, you have to find the shortest route to prove that. You have to. It made me think more creatively, find solutions to the challenges, which is very, very important in project development, in project management. It's a there will always be problems to a project. The bigger the project, the bigger the problems.
And the more.
Yes.
So, importante gyud di ay, no, the reason why I'm asking this is para mas-stress ang point ba because kadaghanan mga eskwela. Nang eskwela pero wala bitoy direction. So dili siyang useless man eh. After all dili di ay. Everything is a preparation.
Everything is a preparation, and you get your discipline in school. You learn how to manage your time when you are in school. You learn how to manage a time for study, a time for leisure, a time for your friends. Because you can't be a nerd.
Dili sad pwede friends ra gyud.
Dili sad pwede 100% friends. You have to manage everything because
Napay family.
napay family. We have to have a balanced life all throughout, and that's very important when you are already working.
Ikaw, in your case na, kuan jud ka Cebuano, born, bred, and educated, was it difficult for you to go to Manila?
Yes, actually,
Mong parents, nakalayo, marag Manila, marag
I had to. That was actually my first time away from home.
Okay, wow.
That was my first time away from home. I didn't know how to speak Tagalog. The Tagalog that you learn is the Tagalog that you learn in Balarila. Kana galing like in the dorm. I would say pahiram ng aklat, no? Then everybody would laugh because
Bro naman na, di ba?
kanang the Tagalog I learned is the ew na Tagalog kanang laong gani kayo. So it was hard, and but the hardest part is the homesickness, no?
Okay.
It wasn't easy to at that time. It wasn't easy to travel Manila, Cebu then because mahal ang plite. I didn't have money.
Ang sikat ato, barko.
At barko, but you waste so much time
time.
also in ana. So mahal man ang plite, sir. We can hardly afford. So that's the reason why I hardly di kay ko tig-uli at that time. Or wag yung ko ni uli.
Ang telepono, PLDT ra.
PLDT, you have to call collect. In anak, unsa kay to 109, you dial 109. I still remember that, no. So, but you have to deal with homesickness, and but after a while, you get used to it.
Yeah.
And kining unsay ngan ini, you have friends na sad.
Pero maayo ka ni sugot ng parents. Wala sila mag...
They allow us. My parents had always allowed us to grow.
They're very supportive.
Oo, my parents never dictated what course we would take. My parents are not the type who would say, "Hoy, pagtuon ka." Kay, "Hoy, mag-homework ka."
Dili?
No. They just allowed us. They allowed us to do what we want. My mother I kind of remembered my mother was telling me before, "Oy, kung mag-uyab-uyab ka og high school and then you lose your scholarship, then you can't go to school because if you lose your scholarship, we cannot afford
Really?
sending you to school. So, it's either magtinarong ka or
Magbugoy-bugoy.
magbugoy-bugoy ka. Pero kung magbugoy-bugoy ka, you lose your scholarship, di nakakaskoyla."
Okay. So the drive came from inside.
Yes,
Sila still mo push.
They do not impose. I couldn't remember a time that they really told us this is what you need to do. They just allowed that. They just showed us what is right and what is wrong.
Okay. So, mientras tanto, we will give time. Let's have a break for now, and then we will continue. Stay put and don't go away.
I am woman. I am woman.
Welcome back. O karon, I would like to introduce na naanang gyud ita na akong partner nga si Attorney Joy Pisquera.
Yes,
Kumusta man ka,
Sil. Sorry, naulahi ko.
That's okay.
Oo. But anyway, kanang thankful kay ta nga giubanan gyud ta sa usasad ka importante nga person sa now with the development of Cebu City. Kay parang pahimingo pa na ko na mga friends na meet lately nga they new friends, and then they said na they have been in Cebu like 30 years ago, and then when they came back was
Shocked sila.
yes, kadang foreigner, she's from Netherlands, and then she was able to visit in ng mga 1996, and then pag abot niya karon like na-shock siya nga so much kuno development in the city. So we're thankful nga giubanan sa atong guest si Lids Eco. So Lids, yeah, although medyo naulahi ko, but I was listening to the discussion. Oo, parang more or less parang makarelate ko niya kay taga-bangko sa DI. Yeah.
Oh, din padul nga no.
And then katupag yun nalingaw ko nga siya, wa siya kasabot ugod sa debit. Yeah.
Accounting man go.
Yeah. Daya ang ubat ba mingon nga ang ako na ibaw ang debit ka na raman ang tingog sa baki nga debit. Diba? Yeah, but okay, so you know, and then no, ang daghan pa man gani wala I'm sure si Lids wa nakaabot ng government accounting seal. Before the government accounting, like ang ato ibawaan, di ba, 2 columns ra. And then ang government accounting kay 4 columns. So mo na mas lisod-lisod, but at least ang government no ni-adapt na sad karon og 2 columns na lang. Yes. Pero dito hisgutan na kay complicated. Mas complicated pa sa tong life ang accounting. Limbita pan ba Lids ba like nindot to imo nga like you studied also urban planning. Yes, because parang mao man gyud na kinahanglan nato.
Katong imong gingon nga nag-masters ka, was it for urban planning too? Good? Or
It's actually the diploma in urban planning in UP, and then I proceeded to take up my MBA at the Ateneo, but there in Manila also.
okay. So nga nung naka-decide bang ka nga mag-urban planning ka?
I have so many friends na it was something new. And it was something very interesting.
It was new at the time.
It was very new at the time. And you have these questions na how come we can't do this but other countries can do this. Things like that. And then when you start to go out of the country and then you see what these countries are, no?
Yeah.
So then you begin to question nganong dili man ni pwede mahimo sa Pilipinas.
Yeah.
Can we do this? Can we kana siya na
Mo na nag primero nga nag-encourage nimo.
Yes, yes.
Because we talk kay mayon ta nga ikuha na gud ni ang urban planning kay parang for a while here in Cebu it was also offered sa UP Cebu, and then parang few years lang and then they stopped. Pero bagag ilaha diri
Gamay
gihapan
ra ng
it's
eskwela.
regional urban planning. And then kuan magud some ang mas may magud with the urban planning because you have to see everything, all the problems at one time. Unlike magod usahay ang like for example you're an engineer, di ba? Imong thinking is like only ang problem nimo with the buildings. Architect, your problem only with the design. Then accounting, imong problem ang finances. But with urban planning,
holistic.
tanan, including accounting, finances, everything. Kay you want also, di ba, nga ko with urban planning, kinahanglan man sad nimo nga og ang imong development naka-income sad ka. Di ba?
It has to it's a merger of all the disciplines.
Nya unsa may primero ni mga project nga na mangutana ko kay mura man gud nagbaptismal nimo ba nga kaning pagsugod
Yes.
trigger nimo.
Yes. I was with the Ayala Group then,
okay.
with Cebu Holdings. The first project
Not Cebu Holdings, Cebu.
Cebu Holdings
Ang kanindi- really? Okay.
in Cebu. I came back naman at that time.
Kaning sa Cebu Business Park.
Yes, actually, Cebu Business Park was the very first project that I was involved with. Pero human na ni, actually dili siya human, kanang launch na siya.
Yeah.
ongoing na
You
siya.
joined them when you were still in Manila, nga ipadagag sa buo.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
because Bisaya speaking, kanang inana, it's easier to quickly assimilate into the kuan, and then you have your friends here,
Right.
nasa, diba? It's easier that way. But Cebu Business Park then was already ongoing, no?
Okay.
But the Ayala Center is wala pang terraces.
Yeah.
Wala pa ang, of course, later naman ang Darustans. It's called
Yes,
Phase 2B at that time. The project name is Phase 2B. So, kuan pa to siya. Remember that kanang naasa center nga fountain pa to siya?
Right.
Yes. So that was Ayala Center at that time. There were 2 residential buildings, Park Tower 1 and Park Tower 2.
Yes,
And then there was City Sports Club.
Yeah.
So, at that time, we wanted Cebu Business Park to be PEZA accredited. So, it was already our team who worked on getting the PEZA accreditation of Cebu Business Park. We also really restudied the FAR, no, the entire development at that time, because remember there was a time in Cebu Business Park na kutubra siya of 4 levels.
Yes.
Ang buildings. So we needed to recompute everything that the utilities will be able to accommodate the added density
Correct.
of Cebu Business
Ano man
Park.
tong 4 floors ka?
Kahinumdum ka adong ma'am katong 1997 crisis.
Yeah, sure.
So it was actually the real estate bubble, no? So people at the time didn't want to invest.
Yes.
Hugely spent a lot of capex into a particular development. But then if you do not do that, there's no development in CBP at all. So we at the time Cebu Holdings wanted to encourage people to develop.
Yeah.
But it is going to be very, very expensive to really build
Yeah, high-rise.
high rise already. So, sige, 4 stories lang sa.
Yeah.
Oo.
But I remember kanang inyong FAR sa FAR sa Ayala because I had a client that we had to renegotiate with them because like in the deed of restrictions, diba, like, ako I would say nga Ayala nga ilahang deed of restrictions is really ideal because like although you own your land, you have to comply with the deed of restrictions nga like no frontage parking. So if you have your parking, it should be at the side, at the back, inside your building, and then human ang imuhang entrance of your building using the side roads, not on the main road. And then kinahanglan sa siya nga naa siya setback Oo. Kay sa bantay kita uban sagad-sagad ang
Oh,
yuta.
okay.
Oo, but then
Daginuton.
yes, ang ilaha sa Ayala kay they still have the sekbak nga muna kay greens. Oo. And then magko ang ako sa client at that time wanted to really construct higher because like ang return of investment also it's higher. Oo. So boto nga it took us time really to negotiate with them and maybe like na advanced nga parang na okay na sad nga instead of 8 stories na himong 12 stories.
Karon 12 daw na tanan.
Napay higher.
Napay higher. Depends on the zone, no? Depends on the land uses. Depends on the use that is attributed to that parcel of land. It's critical, Manggod Attorney Joy, that the development is controlled. Because at the end of the day, later on, it is going to preserve the value of that property.
Correct.
The control will preserve the value of that property because if it is done chop, like anyone can do whatever they just wanted.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, ang land mabati na siya ba? It's not going to be baskin unsa na lang. So mo depreciate ang value sa
Yes.
property. The key is really to make sure that the value of the property will really rise. Oo.
Yeah, I agree.
So appeal ng consideration po sa zoning when you were zoning the area kay nga asa unsa katas because I remember there was a building I'll not mention it when they were digging para sa basement parking nila tumpag ito sa the time nga
because you know
Mayor Adto
ang Ayala used to be a golf course. So when it's a golf course, it's lots of water inside underneath. So that's why di ba mao gini consideration when you have a golf course nga nindot ka imong soil, kanang smooth imong soil. But ang kung imong soil inana sad it's not really that
so appeal na sa consideration sa mga developers kaning sa urban planner.
Oh, should be, ma'am, no? Because, it's actually like the first thing we do is an integrated master plan. It's not just like the site development and then of course the architectural themes, but it's also the engineering aspect, no?
Yeah.
The drainage, the conduits should be huge enough in order to accommodate that particular a certain type of density. The engineering part is actually the key. That would ensure nga dili ta magbaha din ha. If ever this building would be constructed accommodating this number of employees, dili ta mag-traffic.
Oh yeah.
The width of the road would be huge enough
this is
to
where your
accommodate.
math came in.
And then even the internet, no? So dapat there's enough internet, there's enough power, there's enough water.
Yeah.
Because magunsa man akong nindot, but you know,
correct. Magproblema na din ka
when siya ang
later.
kaning the backbone of the development is actually more critical. No?
Yeah, so mo na ang engineering. And then I think appeal sa siguro na you have to determine also ang imong soil, type of soil.
Yes.
Soil testing.
Soil
Good.
testing. One of the kuan siya, that's what we call the technical due diligence studies, the pre-engineering studies.
Yeah.
Soil testing, even we kanang mga certifications, no, from Philvox.
Yeah.
Aside from Cebu Business Park, what other projects nga naka-appeal ka diri sa Cebu?
Here in Cebu, Amara is
in Liloan.
in Liloan.
Ayala,
That's a residential. It's a residential development. Most of the developments inside Cebu Business Park and the IT Park also. That time IT Park was very very young. It was still CCTC.
So na-appeal ka atong kanabitang sa Mountain with the Joy?
Ayala.
Sa Ayala
Heights.
Ayala.
It was already our group that debranded it, no.
The brand, what does it mean?
Debrand meaning we actually settled all the kanang the
Katong mga nakapalit.
nakapalit. We settled that because it wasn't fit for a
The residential
for a
plan.
residential
Yeah.
plan. So it was already our team that somehow converted it into a nature park.
Nature park. Ah,
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
So aside from that, you're still with Ayala?
I left Ayala in 2012 or 2013.
dugay-dugay na sad.
Yeah, I joined Aboitiz Land.
Dagandagan gid ay kag natuyukan Lids.
Yes.
Pero ako nagtubed jud sad ko nga architect college. BS Math
Feeling
architect.
Feeling engineer po siya.
Yeah.
Feeling, siguro na siya feeling tanan.
Yeah, kaya I first saw her during the presentation sa council. Oo, nga iyahang gikuan dito nga there was
May
like
day kayo siya mag-feeling architect.
kadong ilahang nga ini on the issue sad ba. May niya pagkatubag. So most of the day kay it's also mo matter sa good if you have enough experience because like kung in terms of kada ganing crunch time, in terms of parang ingon nga kaning mga problems especially with the kaning the social impact of the project. So mao gina siya kay kung wa kay experience ay maratol ka. So mao di ay sang pingon hanas kayong nitubag dito sa konseho kay ana day kayo. No, labi na, I'm pretty sure also with the Ayala Heights and the Sirao, I'm sure it
With all
was
those
a big
problems,
headache on the part of Ayala. Because like, I'm sure it was like, di ba naman sa itong school supposedly there, Southwest?
That one, murag wala nako nakaabot.
Wala nakakaabot.
Oo.
Yeah,
Kapila tos plano.
Yeah, there was like I saw in the previously like di masuroy naman ko sa una
Sa
sa
master
bukid.
plan.
Sa bukid makakita man ko signage nga school
Na-
will be
nabitaw to.
constructed here in Anabaco. When there's a development especially for high-end mga residential. So these people would really like they need a school where to
Bitaw.
send their kids. So maybe like at that time it's already part of the plan to have the school. But unfortunately, ang lahi ang nature sa kuan sa Sirao nga in fact it's not only nga ang Ayala ang nagproblema, appeal pa ang kaning atong DPWH with our Trans-Central Highway. But before we continue, Sil, mo po sa tagpipila ka pahinumdom, stick with us.
I am woman. I am woman.
Welcome back. Ug atong ipadayon ang atong pag-istorya mahitungod aning mga sinati na ni Lids sa iyahang experience through the years.
Bitaw, oy, bata pa ni si Lids.
Ay, bata pa niya. It's amazing ba nga dali ra kaayo siyang na exposed to these things, di ba?
Yeah.
Oh, no?
Okay, it's more on hard work siya. Mo una sakto gyud to nga foundation. Go back and go with your foundation. No matter what, although astronaut siya, ako wala, geologist, lagi kayo. Pero wala na ako. Pero, everything
it
is
is the dream that push you to continue.
Oo, di ba? So, at least ba nga, pwede magyapon ka astronaut on Earth. Beta. So, mo gibay kuan ba nga importante gyud nga foundation in school and then imong hard work mo na silids nga para although daghan na siyang nalabang-labangan but questions at seal kay I'm sure ang uban sad ba na may uban nga they want nga in terms of career pathing they want like 21, 5 years, 30 years na agyapon sila ana.
Bitaw.
Ikaw on your part, is it unsa may imuha ang kuan nimo like longevity or it's ang imuhang important or career advancement?
Actually, I have had the privilege to have been mentored by really good bosses, no? And one of my early mentors have always told me, do not think about career advancement. Do not think about getting promoted or getting a raise. Just enjoy your job.
Yeah, what is the most important thing?
Yeah, just enjoy your job and actually this one, he said, find meaning into it.
Okay.
Like there has to be a reason why you are doing your job and everything will follow.
That's exactly what I told my daughter. Tara, bakit akong lawyer? Ningo magod siya nga, karang buwan kapo na ni ma'am in anay ko day never make money as the reason why you work. It's because you enjoy doing it. Because if
Yeah.
you don't enjoy doing it anymore, give it up and stop doing it. Okay, money will always follow if you work hard.
Correct.
But love for it and you're being happy
Oh,
with
yeah.
it, dili man
Bitaw
ang
kay,
follow.
kung di ka happy, matigo lang man ka. Diba?
Which is what's happening to you, di ba? So, and ever since you followed that direction.
Yes, because I found it abitaw, no. Kanang inana, kanang the finding meaning into what you do every day, like there has to be a bigger purpose. In, for example, now here I hope we are reaching a lot of people and a lot
Surely you are.
Yeah,
We are.
because like we're here atong show, it's we have strength in Visayas, Mindanao, and even in Luzon. There are also those kay nama atong channel can be seen in Luzon, and there are people there nga mangita og channel nga Bisaya. So mo na nga makahinumdum sila sa ilahang koan sinultian nga dili sila mo storyag aklat.
aklat. Naminaw gyud si Attorney Joy.
Dito, like, sa karon ba sa imong journey with Mega Wide ba? So, like, right after Aboites, you joined Mega Wide.
No, actually dapa daghan pa.
Okay, so, daghan-daghan yun.
Yes,
In a way,
yes,
daghan-daghan
yes.
ang nag-mentor ni mo.
Yes, yes.
So, pagkaingnon pang, kada bang imuhang the knowledge that you get out of all these men and women mentoring you, it made you who you are now,
Yes,
diba?
yes.
What made you decide to join Mega Wide?
Number one, I like the project. It's actually
is
the carbon.
Okay.
Yes. It's a very interesting project, and
Especially for you, nga taga Cebu.
I mean, I've never thought that somebody would actually have the courage to actually do the project
And the
Yes.
vision.
and the vision. And sometimes magod if you do a condo, you do a residential subdivision, you do this master plan community with several condos going up. Sometimes parang it's basically the same thing.
And then it's more on buyer driven. But unlike
This
with
one,
this one,
I would always tell the team, no, that the value of carbon is actually the social impact, the difference that we will make
yes.
to. I'm not going far. To the community in Carbon, to the children of Sitio Bato.
Yeah, and then not only that, ang impact there, it's more on because Carbon Market has been an institution here in our city. Kita, wapata na nga tao na ng carbon, di ba? It's been like maybe like even the Spanish time. It has been always been the center of commerce. It has always been even at that time the center for the transportation. Yeah, atong railway station,
yes.
railway
Nanong
before.
gitawag ba nag-carbon?
Kuan man gud ako ang nadunggan lang ha. It's not really what is written. Kuan man gud para pagkag unsay nga nini sa una man gud ang mining, di ba? Na man gyud tayo sa mining diha. Ana man gud apud kuno idunggo. Ang carbon.
Coal.
The coal.
which is-
So ana diha ikuan
Ana
idunggo.
ipondo, kaya napod kwaon.
Yes.
I-ship
Oo,
out.
ship out. So mo na siya.
Pinakog tungod kay ang carbon may gigamit og feed sa electricity.
Yeah, mao nun. Mao nahug sa diha sa nila gibutang and
okay.
first nila
Din
nga
ang
planta
carbon.
sa Veco. But it's more on the gikan sa mining. Mao siguro na sad sil nga kay kato manggod with the mining kinahanglan magud nila i-train sad nila kay it's easier for the rail. So
Dito.
I don't know if I am making sense.
Di kay kadaghanan man gud ng mga market sa ubang areas, angan man sa lugar.
Yes.
Lang gamito.
True.
But ato lahi kayo.
It's carbon. Then nahog siya tanan bagsakan sa mga sa una sa hayo mga sa una ako na although I'm not so old ha pero claim name kay nakaabot pasad ko sa una sil nga kana ganing ang katong mga di ba mga like mga kanang livestock Oo. Like, ang Unit 1 was used to be the bagsakan. Oo, nga sa livestock. So, anha diha. Oo. And in fact,
Dili lang kay manok na
Oh, yes, baboy, baka. And then napatoy abattoir sa una diha.
Diha di ay dili.
Yes. No, duha ang atong abattoir. It's tulo diha. Then there is a Lorega and then there is but
sa Lorega,
eventually parang kuan man god
na.
phase out nagsigig
Kaya
phase
wa na
out
maganda.
kay dili makakuan sa standard na. Oo. But going back with the development karon sa
Mention
carbon.
man good ka with katong children's impact nga sa taga Bato, Sitio Bato. Unsa unsa man to nga, what do you mean by that? Nga
Kuan siya, daghan magyugig bata sa carbon, no? Daghan kayog bata, and the more that we every day we are in carbon, the entire team is with carbon, and we actually interface
that's
with
where
them.
you hold office, Carbon.
That's where I hold office, in Carbon, inside Carbon. So we're there actually they said 24/7, but most of our time, no? Like, so we makailan nimo ang mga bata na, and you somehow learn their stories, no? The first time that kanang there's this bata that would hold my hand nga kanang grabe kayo ka
Good,
tight.
good,
Grabe kay ka tight, and they would hug you, they would kanang inana. Murag bitaw siya mga bata nga they need touch, they need
Yeah.
kanang unsay nga nini. So you become curious nga asa man day imong mama. Inana. And then they would say, wala man ko'y mama. Wala kailag mama, wala kailag papa, because the mama, the papa, na priso na. There are a few of them, no, na wala gali name until now. Wala na.
So huy ra di tawag.
Baskin unsa lang ang itawag. Because wala sila na baptize, because ang ilahang mamagpapa is wala na kanang inana.
Most yung mga bata yan.
Yes. So to me, we are like what I had said, ma'am, no, and even in the council, we are all a product, magod. We are our values, our physical environment has a lot of impact to how we look at things. No?
Yes.
So if we have the kanang because the status quo is now what it is now. So I am a bit sure, not just 100 not 100% though, because anything can change, but I'm pretty sure that if we just let it stay as it is now,
Yeah. They will not improve.
these kids would most likely become the perpetrators of the petty crimes.
Yeah, right.
That is being very rampant
So mo continue lang gihapon.
continue ra
It's just
gihapon
a
ta.
cycle.
So people would believe in the project or no, but give it a chance, no? Like what I will always tell friends, just give it a chance to allow us to change the
Yeah, the surroundings.
physical environment.
Hopefully it will also change the people in it.
Yeah. Ang kuan na gid it's mo para sa nako sila nga, it's really like letting them understand that what it we're doing is not really just for today, but what's important for the future. In the same manner with the tourism seal, like it's always sustainable tourism. So what's the use of having an income now kung 5 years from now, 10 years from now, wala na.
Outmoded
diba?
na.
Good ba? So, or not necessarily outmoded, but then, like, for example, when, like, sa mountains, kung imuhang gi-destroy ang mountains, so wala na kay i-sell out, di ba? So, in the same manner there, in carbon, it's really high time seal na. And, all of us, kung kita'y nagdako ta sa Cebu, like Cebu City, we really, unless siguro, what should ka kaadtog si carbon. Ako, I'm so, moingon jud ko, para ko, kanang carbon beauty, because like, I studied in Santo Niño, ang jeep sakyan, moagi gyud elementary. Anha. Malate jud kaniko, hindi na ko absent na ko. Kay always good ang carbon
Sa
was traffic na daan, like elementary pa ko ha, traffic na gani na daan, so like it was already like one way. And we're thankful with Mayor Mike Rama that he revived when he was the mayor for like 2010 to 2016, he revived the two-way traffic. And then with Mayor Labella nga iyag yung gipush ang carbon development, and then with Mayor Rama also supporting it nga now pushing it further, na napugos na ni Silag ko anjud nga ni Mao. And then mas ni ano ba ni Dako. And then one time when we visited tong nagkuan mi sa Paseo sa Kabilin as part sa to ang program sa tourism, and then didto mi ni end sa carbon. It was my first time visiting after ano, amazed kay ko seal kay like pwede ra gyud enjoy kay ko. I really had fun there for the photo and di ba, you know, the usual, and then lami sa kay pagkaon seal like OMG my die yes sus ana ba rin. And then like then good things sa na-enjoy sa mong tour na yung mga bata, younger generation, some were even like we were studying in Ateneo in Manila, and then they were so amazed, like they enjoyed. And then when kuan na then nag-abot-abot nami kay nang oy asa day mo gikan ni Agi, asa mo ana ba sige siya, ay nakaagi man mi ample parking, di ba, na jay parking ba kay mo ba guni usa sa kuan ba like problema nato nga kung kita usahay kung mag-jeep ta layo kay tagsakyan, di ba? Day magpasan ta sa tungkuan. Di human although na kabawta nga na jeep, what I sure og makasakay pa kadayon kay takan baw kag hulat or you have to move kwan. But then if na ang atong market na nay parkingan, and then napag-park. Di ba? So,
talking of that katong, we were talking of the old nga inyong i-preserve nga mo-continue. Ang ako mahinumduman ra bang nga old Jesus Carbon is Freedom Park. So, unsa man na siyang plano?
Yeah, actually originally katong sa una pag yun, the original master plan of Carbon was that ang Freedom Park would be somewhere in Quezon Boulevard.
I-transfer ninyo.
I-transfer. Thanks to Mayor Mike, you know, he really insisted to put Freedom Park to its original location.
Okay.
So
which is across Sunset?
By Magallanes Street, yes, across USJR. Magallanes and then Calderon Escanio Street.
Yeah, Escanio.
So three roads na siya. So that was the mo gid na siya ang original na location sa Freedom Park. In fact, we saw several photos sa library sa USJR, sa library sa Mount Carmel.
Okay.
So
you research?
We researched on it, and actually the design of Freedom Park now is a replication of the original design katong naay mga radial. So at least from what we saw from the old photos. Now iligbutang sa Freedom Park didto, actually dili na masulod ang public market, no? Ang tanan kay mo gamay naman siya. And that's the reason why we extended the public market part up to kining unit 2.
Okay.
Up to kining unit 2 na karon sumura na siya letter L.
Okay.
No, so sa una ari ra man gid ni sa Freedom Park o sa Warwick na area. So we extended that up to unit 2, and then mahimo na sad nga kanang loading, unloading, land terminal, parking. Ang kining unit 3 now, and the sitio Lutaw-Lutaw. So basically all the infrastructure and the public utility and the public market side would be diring dapita sa Quezon Boulevard. So, and the good thing is diri na amantay senior citizens park.
Yes, right.
Diba?
Dool sa City Hall.
Dool sa City Hall. And then ang sunod ana niya would be the land terminal, loading and unloading, parking, and then public market din na siya. And then it ends with the Freedom Park. So if you look at the master plan, somehow
Ni
the
kuha na gyud
the story becomes more interesting because from both sides you start and end with a park.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, and then here diri siya sa kining may Mactan Channel nga park
Yeah.
will be our tourism.
Yes, beta. But before sa datang padayon silog, imagine on how beautiful ang atong syudad in the years to come. Po sa tagpipila ka pahinom-nom, Swikudas.
I am woman. I am woman.
Welcome back. Og atong ipadayon ang nagka-interesting nato nga topic. Pero sorry pero nagkaduhol naman lang po.
Yes, parang daghan pa kay tatag pangatanan ni Nalians. But anyway, magpasalamat sa ato ang technical team, ato ang TOC operators, Inday Lopez, ug si Anton Lodvice, ang atong switcher, Brian Incorporado, cameraman, Nilo Cabarles, editor, Joan Lopez, program director, Generica Vidad, ug ang atong makeup artist, Ferdy Katupay. Sil, kinsay atong pasalamatan pa?
Pasalamatan ni Tatay Dudong ug ni Nanay Dayan, and of course amo ang spiritual director nga si Archbishop Palma.
Yes, Sil. Mo greet sa ko sa akong brother. Happy birthday. And to my staff, Bobot.
Happy birthday, George.
Former staff na po si Bobot nga naroon sa Chow. Happy birthday. But going back pa, Sil, like, parang, I'm sure ang atong mga tao ma-excited yun sa kuan, sa
Sabi
carbon
na
market.
nakita nila gani flash pod ang
Yes.
design.
Right. Oh, okay. You know, it's a long, parang hisgot ng pag-history na ako. Kay nakasugod ko diya sa council 98, and then I saw there like there was a plan nga katong redevelopment of carbon, pero lahi ang ilang idea kay ang market at that time katong gihimon lang master plan in 1999 nga ang carbon market will be transferred to another place, which ingo mag-transfer ta din human wagay mo nagbutang og asa i-transfer. So puro na to ilang gusto himo buildings blah blah blah, but then now it's
This
really
is a more beautiful
yes
plan.
kay the carbon market stays, and then ang ato ang the public the public market mo it would stay, and then pagwapuhan lang yun siya. Oo.
Natay commercial dili lang carbon nga low end, middle low end ba ng carbon no, although ma-upgrade, pero doon natay asa man ang itong commercial area.
The commercial area is ari siya sa may Mactan Channel dapit kaning sa
Okay.
Kompanya Maritima area. In fact, ang kining ato ang Puso Village, the very first salvo into commercial development will open by October next month na.
Oh, really?
So next month na it's
so
going to
working
be
hard na sad mo ani.
walang tulugan.
Asa man ang target nato mahumani atong carbon project?
The entire development,
Yeah,
siguro mga 4 to 5 years. No, 4 to 5 years, the full development will happen na nataan ay duty free, na nataan
Oh,
ay
duty
kanang
Katong Jetty Port.
the kanang unsay nga ini the
Unsay nga nato dyan?
Jetty Port and then check-in counter for airport.
The water.
Memorize
okay.
na nako.
water taxi going to the
yes.
airport, no. So we hope to finish everything in 5 years, but karon grabe paspas kaayo ang development. We are going to open Freedom Park next month. Freedom Park with
And also the Puso.
Puso next month also. Our mechanical parking in the early next month, next 2 weeks, end of September.
Bitaw
we
kaya
will open
makatabang
that one.
sila sa mga kuan, taga City Hall ang inyong mechanical parking.
Yes,
Oo.
it's temporary lang while we are finishing the basement parking at Freedom Park and Warwick. Ang kining sa Freedom Park and Warwick, it will really have basement parking that can accommodate siguro mga 400 parking slots.
Mura na kita major SM or
Yeah,
any
okay. It's really, bitaw, you know what, for me ba, it's, right now, ang kulang sa good nato, it's really the space. So,
You know,
even when I was campaigning 2019, when I ran for Congress, ako agad na, akong gingon, we will create space. So people would not understand why create space. We create space because we utilize the space underneath. And that's what you're using. Yun ang doing now nga inyong gamiton ang ila ang kanang pang maghimog basement parking there in Kuan
Saan
kanang
man
carbon
nakadaghan ng parking sa SM or Yalda or Bigaw Mall on the average?
like
It's actually 1:100. One parking slot is to 100 square meters. No, if it is an office or actually 50 kung mall. But here we need to provide more parking spaces because the parking space in Carbon kani
Yes.
siya gikan sad ni nga idea ni Mayor, no, which we actually totally agreed also. In downtown area Manggod, lisod kay parking.
Yeah.
Because you cannot anymore destroy the buildings kay karaan naman
karaan
siya
naman.
na buildings. So we need to live with what is there right now, but there's no parking at that time karon raman ni na problema. So the parking in Carbon would also serve actually the parking requirement of
Sa
the
Colon.
of
the
the
nearby
downtown
mga
area.
streets. Yes.
And even the tourism
Yes, correct.
kanang unsay nga corridor. So you have Plaza Sugbo, we
Yes.
have Basilica.
And even for the City Hall, ano lang gapo, mga employees and mga kuan, mga mag-transact og business sale. Why ka-parkingan?
Why ka-parkingan?
Yeah, so it's a very good ano. And then aside from mga kuan ba, unsa pa may mga things to kuan nato nga expect there
Look
in
forward.
Carbon?
To look forward. So for this year, we look forward to like the interim building if we're fully operational already, no?
Okay.
So last July nabalhin na gid nato ang mga
Okay.
vendors, no? So
Daghan ba yung kayong na nakadaig sa interim?
thank you.
That's good.
We wouldn't have done it without the composite team that was formed by the mayor, no? So I really would like to thank our market operations division. It was the even in fact the disaster probe,
Yes.
CTOM, our PNP.
Yes.
It's actually the entire. It's actually what PPP really is all about. So
Yeah.
it's not just Megawide, it's really the LGU and Megawide together
Yes.
who actually did that. So we're operating the interim market now. Next month, end of this month, we will be opening the mechanical parking component. 156 na siya
Ooh,
ka-parking
daghan-daghan.
slots. And then next month, we will open Freedom Park and Puso.
Yeah.
And hopefully early next year, we would be able to really showcase the Kompanya Maritima.
That's good. That's good.
Everybody is very excited
Yeah.
about
kay
that.
kuan gid ba kay it's a long time na plan of the city to really also revive the Kompanya Maritima.
Gwapo sa dyan ang kumpiyansa
Yes.
ng Maritima.
You know,
Ay, even as is
kung
na
magkuan ka
gwapo
sil ka
gyud.
na musaka ka nang sa taas, ay nice kay kabi ka from floor to ceiling magudiyahang art ba nga. Nice kay kuan pictorial the backward imong backdrop ang Sisilex's Bridge
Mactan
or the
Channel.
Mactan Channel sus gwapo gyud kayo. I would say nga it's one also nga mga pag-come on unya nato sa tourism. Pero Lids, mubo na katong oras. So please invite our televiewers to visit Carbon Market.
Yes, thank you for having me, and we're inviting everyone to visit Carbon. We're just at 10% of the development. So hopefully with everyone's cooperation and with everyone's support, we can really finish, complete the development, no? But right now, we're inviting everyone every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday na atay night market in
What time na uso?
mga 4 p.m. until sawa. Until mga 12
Friday,
midnight
Saturday.
siguro, but most of the time people leave at 1 a.m. already, so maka-close gid mi ana by 1 a.m. na. And then visit our interim market, so naa dito ato ang mga flowers, ato ang mga natives,
Karinderya.
the karinderya, the calderon, whatever you need it's in carbon.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, then thank you very much, Lids, for joining us tonight. So we also have, maybe like if you can also visit us again and we'll talk more about the development in carbon. And then magpasalamat mi kaninyong tanan for joining us for the whole hour. So I hope nga na-encourage mo to visit carbon in the same manner. Ako, I really had fun in carbon. Like, aside from nga lamig kayong pagkaon, you also have a very good view of the Sisilex Bridge. So, sila sa patoy sulti sa itong mga televiewers.
Dili na to kalimtan nga ang pag-develop o progress sa atong dakbayan nga pinalanggang Cebu City na agyud pod sa atong pagsuporta. See you next week.
Bye!
Woman, hear me roar in numbers too big to ignore. And I know too much to go back and pretend.